I was watching the first period and I was thinking, all right, not time to hit the panic button. It's game one. And then it just kept going. So, unlike the Vegas Dallas game where Vegas was definitely tired, they still kept it a game. This is bad. This is real bad. So let's get into it. Grice gets the start. He is the hot goalie, so wasn't surprised there. Johnston is back in the lineup. Dow Cole is out for the Islanders. Stamkos is going to be out the entire series. There's some rumors going into this game that Stamkos might come back, but no, he won't be back for the series. I don't even know if he'll be back for the Stanley Cup Final. We'll see. First period, I was going to say it was an even start, but then Braden Point decides to make Ryan Pullock look like a human turnstile and gets a great goal on Grice. This is by Coleman and Shen, even though he was pretty much all alone. They went off for a change. A couple minutes, a little bit later, Coleman takes an interference penalty, and at 4:33, Eberle gets a power play goal by Lee and Nelson. You're like, all right, it's a game. That's exactly what the Islanders needed to do. Grice then makes a big save on Kucherov, and you're like, all right, it's a game still. Green then takes a holding the stick penalty. Pajot with some great hustle here, pressures the Lightning defenseman and almost gets a shorthanded chance. He does not, though. Nelson does, though, and completely misses the net because the puck was rolling and then it just settles as he goes to shoot, but at that point it was not going to be a great shot. At 8:12, Victor Hedman with the power play goals by Point and Kucherov. Those two go on to have a nice night. Bad turnovers from the Islanders, and they're tired. And you can see that as at 10:46, McDonough gets a goal by Kucherov and Sergachev, and they're down 3-1. Now, I'm still like, all right, it's not bad. 3-1 is okay. This is Tampa. They're playing the Islanders. It's fine. But the Islanders can't win. They're not going to win. The Islanders are not going to come back from a 3-1 deficit against Tampa. And whew, if you thought 3-1 was bad, wait till we get to the next period. Varlamov then is exchanged, goes in for Grice. Kucherov takes a holding penalty. Nothing on that. Cizikas gets shaken up by a Coleman hit. He stays in the game, though. He's fine. Some late pressure. Sergachev takes a tripping penalty, on which Nelson had a really good 2-on-1 chance, but nope. And they start off, they kill the penalty, and they go to the second. So, yeah, not great for the Islanders. It doesn't get better. Second period, we start, it's kind of even, slight edge to the Islanders, and then Gord gets a goal by Maroon Shattenkirk. Goal is missed initially because it went in and out really fast, but yeah, down 4-1. Yikes. Cizikas had a good chance on a redirect, but again, nothing's getting past Vasi at this point. Johnson has a big hit on Sergachev, who goes to the bench in a lot of discomfort, but he's fine. Hedden takes a high sticking penalty. Pullock with a really good drive from the point. Barzell has a golden opportunity and completely fans the shot. Beauvillier has a really good shot that Vasi gets a little bit of, hits the post and out. That was a really good power play. Literally did everything but score on it, which is unfortunate for the Islanders. Shen and Nelson start getting physical. Pajot takes a hooking penalty. Clutterbuck blocks a Sergachev shot, and he gone. He goes to the bench in pain, and then he's helped to the locker room. He comes back in the third. He's on the bench for a little bit, and then he goes right back to the locker room. So not looking good for Cal Clutterbuck. Green takes a high sticking penalty. Very reckless play where he just flings the stick, like one-handed too, at the puck in the air. That was stupid. Stupid and dangerous, really. 13-18, Point gets a power play goals by Hedman and Kucherov. Vasilevsky makes a really big save on Eberle late. I have no idea. You got to look that one up. You're not allowed to show highlights on YouTube. I can't. So look up that save. Beautiful save. Vasilevsky was on point tonight. Vasilevsky then takes a tripping penalty, which is served by Pat Maroon. Too much passing on that power play. The Islanders were in the zone for most of that power play. Way too much passing, especially Brassard late. Could have just put one on net, but he just decided to pass, and then there's no time for a shot. Again, missed opportunities and sloppy play. We go to the third period again, the Clutterbuck situation. Gord then has a shot that stuns Varlamov. The way he turns to like hit the puck with his shoulder, and it catches him like right under the jaw. He's okay, but again, it's a little dangerous situation. He plays the rest of the game though. Johnson then has this whole scrum because Johnson cross-checked Sergachev and then all this mess. So Johnson gets a cross-checking minor. gets a cross-checking penalty and a 10-minute misconduct. Matt Martin and Sergachev get roughing penalties, so we go to 4-on-4 hockey. There's an argument that it should have been, I believe, Sorelli who should have got the roughing penalty, but I mean, at this point in the game, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, guys. You're down 5-1 at this point. And it gets worse because Kucherov gets a goal by point and Shattenkirk at 551, who at that point set the franchise record for points, or scores, goals. Yeah. Good job, Cooch. At 8:46, Leddy gets a goal assisted by Lee and Eberle. So a little bit of happiness, I guess. But during the announcement of that goal, Andre Palat scores a goal by point. Kucherov at 9:31. Absolute dominance by Tampa. There's just no time for the Isles to smile at all. Brassard takes a slashing penalty, which they score on at 13:15. Gore is by Shattenkirk and Hedman. Shattenkirk set the franchise record for assists at 3 with that in a playoff game. The record's for in a playoff game, that's what I meant to say. Then Eberle takes a too many men. Martin takes a delay game, back-to-back. Those are bad penalties to take at this time. It just shows how disorganized you are in a mess. Vasti with some late saves on Eberle and Andersley, and that's the game. 8-2, Tampa victory. Oh boy, shots on goal were 34-24 in favor of the Bolts. Face-off percentage was 47.3 to 52.7 in favor of the Isles. Tampa went 3 for 6 on the power play for 50%, while the Islanders went 1 for 5 for 20. Hits were 44-34 in favor of the Islanders. Block shots were 14-12 in favor of the Lightning. Save percentage was .917 to a combined .765 in favor of the Lightning. Greiss with a .667 and Varlamov with a .800. Oh boy, this is bad. So, again, I wanted to be like, all right, it's game 1, don't panic type deal, because, Vegas lost 1-0, and, they looked tired and pretty sloppy throughout that game, but they kept it a game, and they kept having those flashes of brilliance. There was nothing here. Right from the go, nothing. The defense, a mess. Bad turnovers, not watching their man, all over the place. I can't even blame the offense. Kind of okay, but they're doing what Tampa does in passing too much, trying to be pretty, which is weird because they don't have a single player on their roster that should be doing that. They're supposed to be grinders. This is not Islanders hockey at all. And even if they're playing Islanders hockey, I don't know if they're going to beat Tampa. A lot of the Islanders fans going after the goalies. Why? The Greiss goal is Polak. The first goal scored was Greiss being an absolute. Oh God, word jumble. The first goal was Polak being a turnstile. How's that Greiss's fault? The second 2 goals that he lets in, there's no way he could see the puck. It's poor guy. Post-game notes. Point with 2 goals, 3 assists, gets 5 points for a career high. Same with Kucherov, who had 1 goal and 4 assists for 5 points, being a career high. Again, he's a franchise leader in goals scored for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Shattenkirk with the record for assists by a defenseman in a playoff game with 3. The Lightning went 58 minutes and 53 seconds without missing the net. Against the best defense in the playoffs, the Islanders. This is what happens when you play a real team. So here it is. For the Islanders, here are your questions going forward. What goaltender do you go with? I don't think it matters because the defense around them that has been making them look so good has been exposed. I would probably go with Greiss. He didn't play as many minutes, and the minutes he did play were not his fault, so go with Greiss. Are the Islanders outclassed? Yes. They are completely outmatched. Does that mean the series is over? No, not at all. I think if the Islanders can play their defense well, they can at least steal a couple. But at this point, Tampa's going to run away with it. This is a lot of momentum for a team that is trying to overcome the choker mantra, and they come out with more goals scored in this single game than the Capitals and Florida Panthers scored in their entire series with the Islanders. It's tough to come back from. But that is all for today. If you like the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to. You can find me on the Armchair Analyst podcast as well, and on Instagram. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.